Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to the Mary and Sam Show. We're delighted that you're here. Today we're going to talk about how perfection kills joy. What do I mean by that? Everybody is striving for something to be perfect, whether it's their marriage, their kids, or their careers. And I can talk to you guys personally about myself wanting to have that perfect marriage. There's really three things that I was looking for: a wife that was beautiful, a wife that could cook, and a wife that could take care of my kids. And thank God I found her. However, I didn't always feel like she was the most perfect wife for me because I was always looking for perfection out of everything. And unfortunately, that caused me to be unhappy, even though my life hasn't changed from when I married you till now. And I think that what was causing me to think like there was something missing was that society had always put this pressure on you to be a certain way and do a certain thing, expect so much love from your partner and just expect them to be perfect. Well, I know that I'm not perfect and neither are you.
Right.
So the moment you can realize that, life isn't going to be perfect, the happier you'll be. What are your thoughts?
I think I can speak from my perspective, and I struggled in this department, and I think still do, and I still work on it. It's, at least in the past, there was a lot more with intensity. Now it's a lot less because I do know how to work with it. It's like you're always thinking in your mind, at least as a woman for me, that someone else's relationship is much better than mine.
The grass is always greener on the other side, huh?
Yes, I wish, because you see someone's relationship from the outside and you're just dreaming that I wish I was in that situation. I wish that was part of my life. And I think not only about relationships, also it's about, you see someone else's children. Oh, I wish my kid was like that. Right. So I think it's for a woman, from my perspective, it's always that, we're trying to be perfect and we're waiting for that perfect moment that when I get there, I'm going to be happy. Once I accomplish that, I'm going to be happy. And so that applies not only with our personal relationship, but the way we treat our children and also how we view our career as well.
Yeah.
If I make this much money, I'm going to be happy. If I get to that next level, I'm going to be happy. And I realized something happened to me that, it hit me that, that will take forever and I will never maybe accomplish or reach happiness because I'm waiting for that perfect moment. Well, that perfect moment will never come. I got to pause the moment now and really appreciate, enjoy what I have right now.
Yeah.
Because when I start working as a coach, I realized that no one else's life is perfect. People, if they're really rich, they deal with some other challenges. If they're really poor, they're dealing with different types of challenges. So there's always something, and that's why it's called life, because it's never going to be perfect. There's always something going to happen. And the key is to work through those challenges and find some solutions and still pause the moments to find joy in life.
Sure.
Because you know what? I mean, just today we had a cup of coffee outside sitting and I was just soaking the sun. I think even just 5 minutes of that, it could be so much gratitude and say, this is life. I love this. I enjoy this.
Right.
And unfortunately, so many of us wait for that perfect moment to come. And when that moment even comes, then we find some other problems. Mm-hmm. Right? Because then we're not happy with that.
Yeah.
I had a gal last week and she was saying that, well, I gotta be perfect, my body, then I want to get married, then I want to have kids. I don't feel like I'm going to make a perfect mom right now because I have my own challenges. I'm not going to be a good mom. Well, guess what? You could never accomplish that. No one is perfect.
For sure.
You do your best with the information, knowledge you have.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean, that's another thing. Like when you talk about that, perfect kids, I always wanted my kid to be perfect, I saw some other people's kids in our family. They always, she's a straight A student. This is a straight A student. It's like all of a sudden, my son, God bless him, he is not a guy into school. He's artistic, right? And that's just fine. However, I had to come to grips with that because it used to bother me. Why doesn't he want to do that? Why doesn't he fit that mold of whatever the perfection of society is?
Right.
So therefore, it killed my joy.
Yeah, that's
right?
very true.
And so again, the point is whenever you're striving for perfection, it kills joy. Now, I don't mean in life, don't try and give up.
Right.
Don't keep lowering your standards just because. But there's a balance. The balance has to be between no standards and perfection, and find your happy medium inside. Right?
And I think in most challenges come from relationships, because the way we are, we want somebody else to be like us. So, I mean, we're not, probably to some people it may look like we're in a perfect relationship, you and I, but we're not. But we constantly work on different items. My personality is like, I'm not a perfectionist, but I do look for things.
Sure. No, you're not.
I'm organized and systematic. You see how my ego?
Yeah. Organized and systematic is code word for perfectionist, ladies and gentlemen. I have to live with that. But I've worked on her, so I've lowered her standards quite a bit.
So you're completely laid back. It's like,
that's right.
Nothing will ever bother you, which it's a great quality to have, because I've learned from that. Now, I don't do that purposely.
You're welcome.
It's my brain, the way it works. But I've learned to calm myself down. If the house is not clean, it's not end of the world.
That's right.
And if the dishes are not done, it's not end of the world, because guess what? Once you clean, things get dirty again.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to come from work, this was a long time ago, my eyes used to look for like, oh, the curtain is not straight. Oh, this is not perfect. So I constantly wanted to fix things, right?
I know. You're not that bad. We have a family member that, will move the forks if they're not lined up correctly in the little fork holder.
Yeah, I'm not anal, but but I do want things to be in a certain way.
Yeah.
Which I've learned to create that in my own environment, in my office, in my own space, but I don't put that expectation on you anymore, at least not to that degree that I used to.
Yes.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
So I think I've improved a lot, and I still continue improving. And the key is I catch myself.
Yeah.
When my brain wants to just criticize you, say, why did you do that? I catch myself and I say, okay, I gotta relax and take a deep breath, and it's not end of the world. You gotta chill.
That's right.
So, and I think that's where we, kind of keep constantly working on. And I think there's so many other couples that do clash, because one person is this way, the other person is the opposite, and they constantly, sometimes they clash. And this person wants this person to be like her, or he wants her to be like him. But that's impossible. You both have to work through the process.
Yeah, and I think, if you have somebody just like yourself, it could be pretty boring. You need some of that struggle. You need some of that, something to keep that...
balance you.
Yeah.
Of course.
If you try to play tug of war and you let go, the whole team on the other side falls, right?
Right.
They win, but they fall.
Right.
So there's no happiness in that either.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to have some balance.
Well, that's why I find people like you very attractive, because what you have, I don't. It balances my energy.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't want somebody else like me. That would be like, that would get to my nerves. It's like,
and I couldn't live like with another slob like me, because the house would be a mess. So that's why I need you to keep me in check.
So I think, that's about it. Today we want to share this, that, don't wait for life to be perfect.
Yeah.
Hit the pause button and just enjoy life right now, because you're not going to get to that perfect level so you could have happiness and joy. Even if you do, there's going to be some other challenges in life. So don't wait for that.
Yeah, and I want to just, one last thing I want to add on there. You said something really good, and I think take note of this if you're watching, is when you hit the pause button, or if you're in a relationship with your husband or wife or significant other or your kids, and you're finding that you're not having joy, stop for a minute and think, what do I want out of that person that's never going to be quite perfect? Mm-hmm. Or is it really me that's trying to expect something perfect, and they're just not going to be able to do that?
Right.
And then you're going to understand, how can I either assess this situation, live with it, or move on from it?
Yep.
However, if you don't do that, you're going to be butting heads,
yes,
clashing, and again, to the point that perfection kills joy.
And I read a book long time ago that said, don't sweat the small stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a great book.
But it's always the small stuff that takes our joy and happiness away. Those moments that we live every day.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to recognize, and you know what? Be happy, have joy, because life is too short. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. All right, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Share the love. Hit the like. Hit the share button. Be nice. Take care.
All right. Till next time.